Hi guys, Dr. Kischa here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to bring you today's video because it's a good one. So many clients ask about this topic and I can't wait to share it with you. Today we'll be discussing setting boundaries in your relationships. So let's get started. First things first, what's a boundary? So think of a boundary as like an imaginary line or a fence or a property line that protects your emotional and personal property from someone else's. So in this case, the property is your heart. When somebody gets too close or says something that you don't like or asks you to do something that you don't want to do, you kind of feel that internally. You feel it down in your gut. So that's you kind of protesting it. So in that situation, they've crossed a boundary with you. So what's the function of a boundary? A boundary is designed to define who we are. It lets people know what we will and will not tolerate. When we're clear about our boundaries, we avoid unnecessary drama. For example, if you value communication, it's up to you to let your partner know upfront that you expect them to contact you daily. So that way they know, hey, contacting this person daily is very important to them. So that's your boundary. That's your expectation. Boundaries are designed to protect us. They keep the good in and the bad out. Without clear limits, we expose ourselves to unhealthy people and potentially dangerous situations. So it's up to us to communicate what we will and will not tolerate. So I won't tolerate an addict, a drug addict, an alcoholic, a porn addict, a video game addict. So it's up to me to communicate with my partner or whoever I'm dating that I won't tolerate those behaviors. Boundaries are designed to protect us emotionally and what we value. And if someone is affecting those things, they aren't the problem. It's you. You're responsible for letting them know what your boundaries are and protecting what's inside your property line. By forming boundaries, they keep you from getting wrapped up into other people and help you to attract quality people into your life. So how do we set boundaries? First, you have to figure out what you value. For me, I value my family. I crave and I need family time. My time with God, pursuing my goals, expressing myself emotionally, respect, communication. And if the person that I'm with prevents me from getting those things or giving those things, then they've crossed a boundary with me. So once you identify what you value, it's up to you to communicate that with the other person. So one common mistake is that people often get upset over unverbalized expectations. How do you expect somebody to know that they crossed a boundary with you if you haven't even told them? Now ladies, I know in the beginning stages we don't want to come across controlling or nagging or crazy, but some of my male clients have told me that they find it incredibly attractive when a woman values herself enough to communicate what she will and will not tolerate. So take some time to come up with a list of the things that you value. Is it communication, family, finances, stability, whatever it is? And then once you come up with that list, then you can come up with deal breakers and preferences. And once you've done that, then you can gauge if someone's crossing a boundary with you. So how do we handle if someone crosses a boundary with you? First thing, you have to be assertive. You have to address it head on. You have to let them know that they've violated your boundary. If you don't address the issue and allow the boundary to continuously get crossed, then you're not taking responsibility and you're not protecting your property. After that, you can see if they take ownership. Do they admit that they were wrong, acknowledge that they hurt your feelings, or do they brush it off and minimize it and tell you that you're crazy? And if they do that, then they might have a serious character flaw and they gotta come see me. But if they do acknowledge that and try to correct it or see the error of their ways and make steps to improve the behavior, like going to counseling, then all you have to do is go to the next step and monitor the behavior. Now, not verbally monitor by nagging them and making them aware, oh, you haven't done this or that. You have to visually monitor it. See if they're making the changes and putting forth the effort to make things right. And if they are, then you can proceed with the relationship. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Nobody's gonna stick up for yourself but you. Communicate the things that you won't put up with and make sure you stick to it. So what happens if we have poor boundaries? People can only get away with certain behaviors if you adapt to it. If you're assertive and call them on the behavior, then they'll eventually learn or they'll disappear. And then in that case, bye. We don't have time. We don't have time for that. Now we've made room for a quality person to enter your life. But if we avoid the behavior and avoid having the conversation in hopes that it will magically disappear or things will get better, then congratulations, you played yourself. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. But seriously, those are signs of you being dependent. And you have some work to do. You have to develop your confidence and decrease your dependence on relationships. You have to figure out what it is within you that's making you silent and not being able to express yourself. There's a reason why you're avoiding addressing the situation head on. We have to get to the root of the behavior before we can even know what our boundaries are. Think about it. Why are you going to waste your time and making a list and checking it twice if you're not even going to say anything to your partner? So let's back it up and work on you before we get into a relationship. So remember, you're going to get what you tolerate, so don't allow a pattern to develop. Confront things quickly so you don't continuously put yourself in situations of compromise. You're not being mean, you're just protecting your heart and protecting your relationship. So it's up to you to communicate what your boundaries are. That's all I have for you today, guys. Comment below. Let me know what some of your boundaries are. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with someone you think it will be helpful to. Thanks again, guys. See you next time. Bye.